In the dim, flickering candlelight of 1513, an Ottoman admiral and cartographer named Piri Reis unfurled a parchment that would echo through history. He was creating a map, but this was no ordinary chart of the known world. This was a document so enigmatic, so bafflingly advanced, that it would ignite debates among scholars, scientists, and historians for more than 500 years. What secret knowledge did this 16th century admiral possess? How could he draw a world that, according to our own history books, hadn't been fully discovered yet? The Piri Reis map isn't just a piece of cartography, it's a doorway into a past that might be far more complex and mysterious than we've ever been told. Join us as we unravel one of history's greatest cartographic puzzles. Let's take a closer look. At first glance, the map seems to beautifully depict the coastlines of West Africa, Europe, and South America, all with remarkable precision for its time. But as your eyes drift downward, something utterly impossible comes into view. The map clearly shows the northern coastline of a massive southern landmass. When you trace its shape, its bays and peninsulas, it becomes undeniably clear. This is Antarctica, but there's a problem, a huge one. The land is drawn without its colossal ice cap. It shows a coastline that has been buried under miles of ice for thousands of years. How could Piri Reis have possibly known what this continent looked like beneath the ice, centuries before anyone even knew it existed? This single detail transforms the map from a historical artifact into a profound anomaly. For centuries, this feature was dismissed as a mistake, a fantasy, or perhaps a depiction of a mythical southern continent. But in the mid-20th century, modern science took a second look. Using seismic sounding and satellite radar technology, geologists began to map the true coastline of Antarctica, the land hidden beneath the ice. The results were staggering. When scientists overlaid the subglacial landscape with the coastline drawn on the Piri Reis map, the two aligned with an accuracy that defied all explanation. The bays, the islands, the river estuaries that Piri Reis drew matched the hidden topography of Queen Maud Land in Antarctica. It was a cartographic ghost, a landform unseen by human eyes for millennia, yet there it was, drawn on a 500-year-old piece of gazelle skin. The mystery only deepened. Let's put this into historical perspective. The official, credited discovery of Antarctica didn't happen until 1820, nearly 300 years after Piri Reis created his map. It wasn't until the International Geophysical Year in 1958 that we even had the technology to begin mapping the land beneath the ice. So, the central question looms larger than ever. How could a 16th century admiral, with the tools of his time, a compass, an astrolabe, and a ship, map a continent's subglacial features with such precision? It's a paradox that challenges the very timeline of human exploration and knowledge. Was this a lucky guess of continental proportions, or was Piri Reis tapping into a source of information that shouldn't have existed? The map forces us to ask, what did he know, and how did he know it? Fortunately, Piri Reis himself left a clue, a tantalizing breadcrumb trail in the form of notes written directly on the map. In these marginalia, he openly states that his work was not entirely his own. He explains that he compiled it from a multitude of other charts, about 20 in total. He mentions that some of these maps were contemporary, sourced from Portuguese explorers, and even a captured chart from Christopher Columbus himself. But critically, he also claimed to have used what he called ancient sources, maps that were far older, dating back to the time of Alexander the Great and beyond, passed down through generations of mariners. He was not just an explorer, he was an archivist, a curator of geographic knowledge that stretched back into the mists of time. This claim of ancient sources is where the story takes a turn from the historical to the truly speculative. If Piri Reis used maps from antiquity, who made those maps? Who, in the ancient world, possessed the technology and geographic knowledge to accurately chart the globe, including a continent that would be lost to ice? This is where theories of a forgotten, advanced civilization enter the picture. Proponents of these ideas, like Professor Charles Hapgood, who brought the map to modern attention, suggested that these source maps were the legacy of a lost seafaring culture, a people with a sophisticated understanding of cartography, mathematics, and global geography long before the Greeks or Phoenicians. Some even whisper the legendary name Atlantis. Could the Piri Reis map be the last surviving fragment of knowledge from a prehistoric, highly advanced global civilization? This idea might sound like pure fantasy, but geology adds a surprising layer of credibility. Modern geological and ice core data suggest that large parts of Antarctica were indeed ice-free and possibly temperate within the last 10,000 to 12,000 years. The last time the specific coastline shown on the map, Queen Maud Land, was completely free of ice is estimated to be around 4000 BC, or over 6,000 years ago. This timeline perfectly overlaps with the dawn of our known great civilizations in Mesopotamia, Egypt, and the Indus Valley. Is it a coincidence that the land was last visible during an era when human civilization was taking its first great leaps forward? Or could an unknown civilization from that period have mapped the world as it was, before the ice reclaimed the southern continent, leaving behind only fragmented cartographic echoes for Piri Reis to find? Piri Reis was a man caught between two worlds. He was a product of the golden age of Ottoman exploration, a master navigator skilled in the cutting-edge maritime techniques of his day. He understood longitude and latitude. He used sophisticated instruments like the astrolabe to navigate by the stars, and he had access to the most current intelligence from explorers pushing the boundaries of the known world. But his genius may have been his unique ability to synthesize this modern knowledge with the fragmented wisdom of the past. He wasn't just copying old maps, he was integrating ancient data with contemporary discoveries, creating a hybrid masterpiece that was, in many ways, far more advanced than any single source he used. He was a bridge connecting a forgotten past to the age of discovery. But there may be even more to this map than just geography. When you look closer, beyond the coastlines and land masses, you find the parchment is covered in strange symbols, cryptic notations, and drawings of fantastical creatures. While some are clearly decorative, others seem to have no obvious meaning. Researchers have speculated that these markings could be more than just art. Could they be a form of code, embedding astronomical data, navigational secrets, or even a historical narrative known only to an initiated few? Some have suggested they relate to celestial alignments or forgotten navigational techniques based on Earth's energy fields. These symbols add another layer of profound mystery, suggesting the map may hold not just a picture of the world, but a key to understanding a forgotten chapter of our planet's true history. As we pull back from this incredible document, the candlelight seems to dim, and the map itself feels like a portal fading back into the mists of the ocean. It leaves us with more questions than answers. Was Piri Reis simply a cartographic genius, a brilliant compiler who, through skill and a bit of luck, created a map that coincidentally resembled a future discovery? Or was he the last link in a long chain of knowledge, a keeper of ancient wisdom passed down from a lost civilization that knew our world better than we ever imagined? Then the truth, much like the southern continent on his chart, remains partially hidden, waiting for the ice of time to melt away. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey into the unknown. If you're fascinated by mysteries like this, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the unexplained. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think? Is the Piri Reis map a window into a lost chapter of history or a masterpiece of 16th century cartography? Let us know.